Okay, for warm up 9-6, I'm going to have you copy all this work and the 5 words to show me that you listened. All right, this week, the new concept is, of course, not new for a lot of you, the distributive property, where if you have a number outside of parentheses with a variable inside there, that means you're not adding or subtracting the numbers inside there first. You're taking that number outside and timesing it by both things in the parentheses, the number times the x and the number times just another number. You could have it on the front side where you're timesing the number by both things on the inside, left to right, or you could have the number on the right side as long as it's big and not one of those little exponents. First word is bus. Bus. You could reverse distribute, where you take that number to the right and still multiply by both things inside that parenthesis. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you got that first word. All right, so if I have 5 and then x plus 4, that first 5 times x gives me 5x. You wouldn't want to write that x to the 5th. And then 5 times 4 on my calculator gives me 20. These are both equivalent. Even though they look different, they are equal. They are equivalent, equal in disguise. If I have reverse distribute 5 times 2x, that will give me 10 of those x's, and then plus, and then 5 times 3 gives me 15. Again, both those are equivalent. Even though they look different, they are the same. Second word is truck. Truck. All right, so again, here we go. The big problems, I'd like you to write all of this. They give you something they want you to distribute, and then they give you some expressions down at the bottom, and they want you to find which is equivalent, of course, watching out for those mistakes. So again, if I could have you on your paper, write all of this for me. So again, 7 and then parentheses x plus 3, that means I'm going to be distributing 7 times x and 7 times 3. So you can see this one, 7 times x, good, but then adding 7 plus 3, common mistake, adding these two numbers, that would not be equivalent. Next one, of course, if I have just plain old x, that's forgetting to times the 7 times the x. That's timesing 7 times 3 though, but again, those are not equivalent. If I just times and get 21x, not equivalent. But you can see at the bottom, this is the only one out of that set that is equivalent, 7 times x and 7 times 3. Next one a little bit tougher because there are 2 of them that are equivalent. Next word is plain. Plain. For this one, again, they want you to see that they have some choices there. If I go left to right for this guy right here, that gives me 10x plus 20. So I could see, yes, for sure, that first one is equivalent. If I take this next one and reverse distribute, that gives me 10x squared plus 20x. Again, 10x times x is 10x squared. That is not equivalent. That is not good. It's close. I take this next one, reverse distribute, 2 times 10, 2 times 5x. That gives me 10x plus 20. Again, equivalent to that one up there. That one is good. I take this last one here, distribute, gives me 10x, which is good, but then gives me 50. So you can see that 50 makes that not equivalent. Only those 2 in green are the same, equal, even though they look different. They are equivalent. That's what we call them. All right, last problems. These, just again, reviewing everything you need to know. Write these down for me. So this first one here, where I take all the work in parentheses and do that first. 6 minus 2 gives me 4, but don't forget to bring down that little exponent, that 2. And again, that's different than 4 times 2. That's 4 to the second power minus 7. And then, of course, 4 squared is 4 times 4 gives me 16. Next word is car. Car. All right, so for this one, 4 times 4 gives me 16 minus 7. That gives me 9. Next one you need to know how to do. Take this value 4 and plug it in both places for n first. Rewrite everything else. Bring that 3 down. This is going to give me 3 to the second power. Bring down 2 times 5. Don't do nothing with that yet. Minus another 3 right there. And then do the work where you're doing exponents and timesing first. Bring everything else down. 3 plus, remember this isn't 6. 3 squared is 3 times 3. That gives me 9. Plus 2 times 5, 10. Minus 3. And going left to right. 3 plus 9 gives me 12. Bring down the 10. Bring down the minus and the 3. 12 plus 10 gives me 22. Minus 3 gives me that last 19. All right, last problem for the warm-up. This one, take that base number 6 and times it as many times to get this 7776. So here we go. Let's see. Is it 2 of them? Let's just start like this. Is it 2 of them? 6 times 6. That gives me 36. So I could see that's not 36. I need to go bigger. How about times another 6? 36 times 6 gives me 216. I could see that's not quite big enough. Times another 6. 216 times 6 gives me 1,296. Close. It's times by one more 6. 1,296 times 6. There it is. Gives me 7776. So I could see it took me 1, 2, 3, 4. It took me 5 of these 6's timesing to get that. That means that's the number for x. The answer I'd like you to write, this one is 776 is equivalent to 6 to the 5th power. How many of those 6's it took to times to get that. Last word is boat. Boat. Please do not share these words with anybody. Good luck.